Paper bead necklace. Today, I'm going to introduce you to an eco-friendly necklace. Here, we would be using paper beads instead of the usual pearls and crystals. These beads are made from glossy magazine papers. They are easy to make and durable too. So let's get started. Objectives. At the end of this session, you will be able to identify the tools and materials needed to make a paper bead necklace. Make a paper bead necklace. Let's first familiarize with the tools that you would need to make a paper bead necklace. The tools are round nose pliers and wire cutters. Next, let's see the materials that you will require. To make the paper bead necklace. The materials are gear wire, paper beads, small oxidized silver beads, spacers, clasp with hook and ring, stopper beads, head pins, and beading mat. Now let's see how to make a paper bead necklace. Step 1. Get all 3 types of paper beads ready. First of all, get all the 3 types of paper beads ready: small, oval, and conical paper beads. Step 2. Design the beads for the necklace. Start by slipping a small round paper bead on a head pin. Follow it by a conical paper bead. Leave 1/4 of an inch of the head pin after the conical bead and cut the rest of it with a cutter. Using the round nose pliers, make a loop after the conical bead. Repeat the same process for all the conical beads. Step 3. Cut the gear wire and make a loose knot. Cut off the required length of gear wire using a cutter. Make a loose knot at one end of the gear wire. Usually 18 inches is the standard length of the gear wire that you would normally take for making this kind of a necklace. Step 4. Thread the beads on the gear wire as per design. First, slip in a small oxidized silver bead. Then, slip in an oval bead. Continue in this fashion till there are 8 small oxidized silver beads and 8 oval paper beads on the gear wire. Now, alternate 3 spacer beads and 1 conical bead till you finish the design. Repeat the same design on the other side as well. To make the design of the necklace more attractive, you may have bigger conical paper beads at the center and taper it to the smallest conical paper beads as you move towards both the sides of the necklace. Step 5. Make a loose knot at the end of the wire. When you reach the end, make a loose knot at the open end of the gear wire. Step 6. Pass the gear wire through the stopper bead and clasp hook. Take one end of the gear wire and pass it through the stopper bead. Then, pass it through the clasp hook and again back through the stopper bead. Pull the gear wire tightly and press the stopper bead with pliers. Step 7. Repeat the same process on the other end of the gear wire and pass it through the clasp ring. Repeat the same process on the other end of the gear wire. But in this case, instead of the clasp hook, you would pass the gear wire through the clasp ring. With that, we have come to the end of this session. Let's recall what we have learnt. We learned how to make the paper bead necklace. Let's review its basic steps. Step 1. Get all 3 types of paper beads ready. Step 2. Design the beads for the necklace. Step 3. Cut the gear wire and make a loose knot. Step 4. Thread the beads on the gear wire as per design. Step 5. Make a loose knot at the end of the wire. Step 6. Pass the gear wire through the stopper bead and clasp hook. Step 7. Repeat the same process on the other end of the gear wire and pass it through the clasp ring. You have now learned how to make a paper bead necklace.